So I was sitting here doing a few things on my computer, and the wife came and dropped off a package in my hand. It's some new releases from Samy Andraus fragrances, I'm assuming, because it's a package from Samy. So I left the headset on, didn't even bother going to set up on the camcorder. Press record on the webcam. Let's bust this open. Let's talk about it. Stay tuned. So as you see, we've got 3 fragrances. We're going to bust this open. I'll go ahead and put the atomizers on everything, and then we'll take a look. So here we have the 3 newest releases from Samy. This is Green Space. Notes are as follows: mint, basil, yuzu, anise, violet, licorice, and cardamom. It's an interesting note breakdown. Here we have Fantasy. Note breakdown on it. Rum, nutmeg, amber, cedar, fruits, and patchouli. And then last but not least, the newest addition to the Sapphire collection, we have White Sapphire. If I can get it to focus, there we go. White Sapphire. Here's your note breakdown here. Pineapple, grapefruit, bergamot, patchouli, oak moss, and cedar. Call me crazy, but I have a feeling this is a Aventus cologne. I haven't smelled it yet. We're going to spray this one first. So we're actually going to use a few test strips. I'm very curious about White Sapphire, so we're going to spray that one first. 2 good sprays. Yeah, that's what it smells like to me. I think that's a Aventus cologne. Yeah, a lot of fruits, very fresh, has the Aventus smell without the smokiness. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, for sure. Yeah. Definitely like that. I'm give a little tiny shot on my hand. You know, see how much that's actually running down my hand, that little shot. Yeah, that smells pretty good. We'll let that dry a little bit. Yeah, definitely smells similar to Aventus cologne, but not exact. That's what I'm getting from it anyways. I think that's what it is, Aventus cologne. Moving on. So might as well roll my sleeve up, because you guys know I can't help myself. I want to spray on the paper so I'm not covered in a bunch of fragrances, but it's inevitable. Give myself like a 1 1/3 spray. Mint. Oh yeah, plenty of mint. Green Space is a good name for this one. It's doing this, I'm getting wafts of it all in the air. Very minty yuzu. Mint and yuzu. Distinctive yuzu. And not a synthetic mint. You know, like Hugo Iced is a synthetic mint. Azaro Wild Mint's a synthetic mint. It's not giving Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cool. It's not giving off that creamy green ice cream, toothpastey type of mint. It's not giving me that. This is more mint leaf. So that tells me Samy's using decent oils here. Yeah, yuzu and mint really jumping out at me. What else? Violet, yeah, that's believable. A little touch of the licorice, but it's not really in the forefront. So if you don't like licorice in fragrances, don't think this is a bomb of it and you need to worry. It's not a heavy licorice fragrance. It's mostly mint and yuzu up top. Little undertone of spice, but very green and still very fresh because of the mint and the yuzu. This is different. I don't know if this is supposed to be replicating something, but this smells really good. I like this more than White Sapphire. Now that I'm smelling White Sapphire, I'm thinking it might be, now this drying a little bit, I'm thinking it might be something else other than Aventus cologne. Very similar vibe though. It could be that, but it could be something else. It smells very, very familiar, but Aventus Cologne vibes. But Green Space, I'm really digging. It's fresh, herbaceous, minty, obviously, and there's a little tone of spice here, cardamom, so that makes sense. But the violet's kind of taken over a little bit. The mint and the yuzu are still very present, but it's calming down a little bit. It's not as bright as it was up top. And we're only a few minutes in here, but Green Space is the favorite so far in this video. Next, we're going to take a look at Fantasy. So those notes were rum, nutmeg, amber, cedar, fruits, and patchouli. Let's see what it smells like. Top of the hand. One good spray. A lot of rum and cedar. That's what's hitting me up front. It's boozy and woody. Boozy, woody, and a lot of nutmeg. If you don't like heavy nutmeg fragrances, you might not like this. Heavy nutmeg. Like really heavy on the nutmeg. Like it's overpowering the rum. It's nutmeg and cedar with a boozy rum nuance that's pronounced but not the main player here. Light sweetness, doesn't come across as anything particular, but as sweetness. But a lot of nutmeg and cedar. So if those are two things that when a fragrance is dominated by them and it turns you off, you won't like this. But if you like notes like that, you'll very much enjoy this fragrance. Very pleasant, dense, but doesn't seem like it's going to wear real heavy. Definitely coming off my skin really well. I mean, Samy's fragrances tend to perform. I'm sure this is an extrait, extrait de parfum, as are pretty much all of his fragrances. This isn't bad. This is mild, but this is actually a little boring, to be completely honest with you. It smells like a bland fragrance. I think it's because there's so much nutmeg and cedar in here, it's not allowing the fragrance to have any character. Gotta be honest with you guys. It's not bad, it's just kind of boring. It's reality here. I say that, and the name of the fragrance is Fantasy. I say reality and look at it. It was not intentional. But decent, kind of basic. That boozy nuance of the rum I don't really get anymore. It's pretty much just nutmeg and cedar. And I'm getting a little bit of patchouli here. But like I said, it's kind of meh. You know, it's kind of boring. White Sapphire is nice. Has a sharpness to it still. But Green Space, yeah. Green Space is the clear winner in this video. If I had to rank them accordingly, it would be Green Space #1, followed by White Sapphire, and then Fantasy would absolutely pull up the caboose. Let me get it to focus here. Why is it not focusing? Oh well. Don't know, but this is the one to get in this video, in my opinion. I think Green Space is definitely the way to go. This stuff's really good. The mint and the yuzu up top, it is up top. I don't get much, that's probably adds to that green quality that I get from it. But mint, yuzu, and violet with a little touch of cardamom and licorice is pretty much what I get from this. It's not blended so well that I can't distinctively pick them out. White Sapphire, it's kind of an Aventus Cologne type of fragrance. Is it a great version of Aventus Cologne? To be determined. First impressions, I don't think it's a great version. I think it's okay. It's nice. Very, 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 very fresh. And then Fantasy, like I said, it's okay, but it's kind of boring to me. I hate to use that word, but it's the truth. I find it to be kind of a boring fragrance. Rum, nutmeg, amber, cedar, fruits, and patchouli. It's pretty much cedar and nutmeg Little touch of rum up top that fades pretty quickly. The rum's fleeting in this scent. And then some patchouli. The fruits are there to give it that little bit of sweetness that I'm getting, but it doesn't smell like any particular fruit or anything particular in general, just a sweetness that's there. And some patchouli, a little earthy touch of patchouli, but mostly just cedar and nutmeg, which makes it smell like strong pencil shaving type of smell, wood shop type of scent, like being in wood shop. Think back to high school. It's kind of boring. If you like super woody fragrances, you might like this, but it's kind of boring to me personally. So, like I said, just a quick, rehash. I would say Green Space is the one to grab of the new releases for sure. If you like green, fresh, minty fragrances, that's a good one. White Sapphire is solid. Not his best offering in the Sapphire collection, but it is a good release, a good addition to give the Sapphire collection some variety. And Fantasy would be a pass for me, to be completely honest with you. Obviously, Samy did send these out to me for review, optional. He doesn't ask me to review them or anything. He just asked me, hey, would you like me to send you the new releases? Absolutely. I like Samy personally. I like a lot of the work he does. That's why I always make it a point to feature Samy on my channel, because he's a good dude, and for the most part he makes good fragrances, even though I'm sitting here telling you I would pass on Fantasy because I find it boring. Gotta be honest with you guys. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. Have any of you grabbed the new releases already? I know I'm not the first to the party with getting these fragrances. I know they've been for sale for a little bit now. Definitely really digging Green Space. Like I said, this is definitely the one to get of the fragrances that have the word space, which is its own collection from Samy. Oud Space and Green Space are definitely the two to grab. I'm not a big fan of Blue Space. It's okay. But definitely some decent releases. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.